Okay, I want to point something out. You know, when you present artwork, you sort of kind of need to first tune up your own mind, your own thinking for a presentation. Now, when I was young and I got out of high school, for some period I entered the business world in business to business telephone sales. And you would enter an office, and there'd always be an office manager. Okay, they interview you, you get the job. It was easy enough. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. But what would happen there is, first of all, they wanted you to wear a suit every day to talk on the telephone. A tie, a jacket. Now, why would you do that? It's so you feel good. Then the office manager, who was pretty good usually, would spend 15 to 20 minutes basically just in front of the room with a dozen or 2 dozen people there with the telephones and talk to you and inspire you and make you feel good about yourself and what you're doing. Okay? Now, I want to show you 2 instances that happened with regards to art in that vein. One was I went into a gallery and there was a young lady there, a very nice looking young lady, and she had maybe 8 really big photographs on the walls, you know, professionally done. And I would say they were probably 60 inches high by 72 inches wide, something like that. Initially, I guess they were photographs that were blown up big. But her specialty was to, outside, and like a field where there was some greenery and whatnot, ignite a fire, and right at the point of ignition, take the picture. And there were various ones, and somehow the colors were different. They didn't all ignite the same color somehow, whatever she was doing. Well, anyway, in this gallery setup, there were some people talking negative about it, and oh, they saw something better down the street kind of crap. And her things were good. Well, she had a dismal look. Her face was down. All of a sudden, she kind of like walked out of the place, and she went outside. And I wandered out there. You know, I was going out there to see her, but I didn't want to make it so obvious. When I got out there, I talked to her. I said, "Hey, you wouldn't be the artist here?" "Oh, yes." I said, "You know, that's really good." And it is really good, okay? And I got talking to her, and I inspired her. Well, she walked back in there with herself feeling good and was able to function. You kind of have to know how to do that for yourself. Now, another time I was at the Javits Center, which is a place that, in New York City, it's huge. And they have like art fairs sometimes, different kinds of fairs. Maybe car fairs, haircutting fairs, whatever. Okay? And anyway, I don't know too much about the haircutting fairs myself, you know. But anyway, the fact of the matter is that there was an art fair, and people had booths, and they were expensive to have booths. But the fact is, the one man had an end cap, not very big, and he had paintings there, maybe, I don't know, 16 by 20 inch paintings. To me, I think they're probably a little too small for the situation he wasn't used to. But he had maybe 6 across and 8 up and down, all attached to the end cap. They were like attached with wires. And he was standing around, kind of not looking inspired at all. And he looked like he was ready to run out of there. So I went up and I talked to him. I said, "Oh, is this your artwork?" And I started asking him questions about it. And I told him what I did see that was nice on it. Well, he wound up explaining to me he was from Missouri. He came all the way out to New York for this. And he did not have a lot of resources. He was actually an art teacher. And I told him I was inspired by what he was saying, because I was. It was very interesting. And, well, it wasn't long before the man clearly felt better, okay? And he was able to function and talk to people. And, you know, it seems like a simple thing to have worked doing telephone sales, okay? But the fact is, I learned a lot about making yourself feel good before presenting from that. And I think it's important with art.